Now, yesterday I said some questions can be asked, but I haven't seen any questions whatsoever. That means you had no questions? Or there are some questions, we could deal with it for about 5 minutes. And then we'll have this. Can you hear him? Did he come yesterday? What did you say? Ask questions which will help. Because I am not a politician and I am not asking for your votes. I am here to give you what you have, your own. So if you have to ask questions that are relevant and that will help. Swanya, please.
What is the process by which one stops thinking?
Oh, it's very simple. When the Kundalini settles down there, what happens? As I told you, there is Christ. Christ is awakened and he sucks in these two institutions which you see there, the yellow and the blue. These are, one is the blue one is our conditioning and the yellow one is our ego. So both these are sucked in like that. These are sucked in because it is said that he died for our sins, didn't he? He suffered for us. Now so that's why yesterday said, are we going to suffer more than him? We don't have to suffer. Only awaken him at Agya, and you are all right. This is the process. It opens up. All right? That's why I said you must forgive. That's he said. You have to forgive, and when you forgive, you can ask for forgiveness. That's why we do both the things, one in front, one in the back. Please get up, man. Automatically. I'll tell you how, please. You see, like if you have to sprout a seed, you have to just put it in the Mother Earth. How do you do it? The Mother Earth has got the capacity and the seed is built in with it. Now it's all built in within you, all right? And just you are here, I can raise it, anybody can raise it. Those who have got the capacity. Sahajogis can raise your Kundalini also.
You talk about always thinking. You talk about, like, if you think too much, you can actually create illness and problems in your life. How do you organize your time and your work and everything if you don't think about it?
Oh, because the divine power does for me. Everything is done by divine power. Why should I think? Let it think for me. You see, I travel every day, sleep at 2 o'clock in the night, get up about 5 o'clock in the morning, and I travel everywhere, and I'm now 67 years of age. All right, so what? Divine power is looking after me, is working out everything. I'm just moving about nicely, enjoying everything. But you have to believe that you can get realization. You need not believe in the divine power, but you just first believe that you can get realization, and you get it and get in connection with it. It just works. It's the subtlest of subtle.
Their family relationships and all the problems.
You see, first of all, you have to give to others. Unless and until you open one door, all right, there's divine power there. But unless and until you open the other door, it won't come in your life. So you have to open the other door also. There where we fail. We want to use Sahaja Yoga for our own purpose, for our own, my brother, my sister, my son, all sorts of my. Then there's problem. But open it out. Everything works out. You must learn to give. This is free.
Mother, what is limbic area and where is it situated?
It is situated on top of the brain, where it is above the brain, and is covered with, the doctor says that it is 988 nerves, because I don't want to quarrel with them. But there are 1,000 nerves which cover it. And when it is enlightened, you will be surprised. You see a beautiful lotus opening in all colors with very, very silent flames. And they are so peace-giving, look so beautiful. Because when any nerve gets enlightened, the light of that flame looks like a petal. It's very beautiful it is. But it has to open out. Just now it is covered by our conditioning and our ego. Like we have become like an egg, we can say. That's why in Sanskrit language, a person who has known the Brahma, the all-pervading power, is called as Dvijaha. And a person and a bird is also called as a Dvijaha, means born twice. First as an egg, then it becomes a bird, human being and a realized soul. These are the two stages. Now, you have to stand up. Just 1 minute. She's silent. Yeah, I have to go. You better stay here.
To feel an inner sense of peace if your social conditions are very bad, and very rarely hopelessness of nothing, and that people having to work in very poor conditions.
What is it?
And my question is, I just wondered what your thoughts were about this.
She's saying, Shri Mataji, that it's very difficult to feel an inner sense of peace if your social conditions are very bad. And in London there are so many homeless and people working under very harsh conditions, and she just wonders what you think about that.
You see, the thing is that now there are social conditions which are very bad. People are homeless, they are on the streets. Now thinking about it, you are not going to help them, are you? No. Which is the best way is to empower yourself, all right? Now see, for example, in the villages of India where I work, people have given them alcohol, they have given up all bad habits, they have become very dynamic, they have become very well off, they are living very well. In London, if you want to work, I'm sure you can get a home, no problem. You see the Asians who have come here, I am an Asian though I didn't come as an immigrant, they are becoming very rich because they work very hard, very hard. So those who want to, in London, but in India may not be. But despite that, after Sahaja Yoga they have improved so, they have become so dynamic, they have become so hopeful of life. But if you just think that life is good for nothing, let us now drink and be merry, then it won't work out. This homeless and all these conditions are all such because it's an artificial condition, you know. Many people have houses, but they don't want to give it for people to live. Now, if those people get transformation, they won't behave like that. You see, the whole behavior will change when the emancipation of the society comes up. But I have seen in the villages of India, there's a complete transformation. The social conditions are much worse. But Indians are more satisfied people. They are not so much. Here, even supposing you offer a house, they will say, no, I don't like this house. You offer a job, they'll say, I don't want this job. All these things are there, also too much of choices. But if you decide, London is not a difficult place, I tell you, to work hard and get a house, no difficult. They can do it, but people don't work here, don't work. There are so many old people who haven't got anybody to help them. But these people will never go and help them. They can earn. This is a place where anybody can earn, I think, because I know people, Asians who have come here without any money are very rich today. All of us have got big, big cars, nice houses, this, that. You can see that. They're very hard work. And then divorces. Every third day, if you divorce someone, what will happen to you? You'll end up without a home. No respect for the wife. The wife has no respect for the house. All upside down society. There's a big quarrel going on between husband and wife. How can you have a home where there's a husband and wife fighting? Even TV, if you open, nothing but fighting. You just don't want to hear anymore. See, we have to decide on certain things that if you have to make a home, then we have to understand our role in life. For a woman and a man, I agree, they are equal, no doubt, but they are like two wheels of a chariot, which has some distance, but they are not similar. And no use fighting with each other. When you can't live without each other, why should you fight? And that the children are on the streets. Every child, I find, 18 years of age is out of the house. I mean, here the little children are killed. Why? In India, I cannot think of such a thing. The reason, though they are very poor, the reason is they know what is love. And that is what I feel that the society has to little bit take to Sahaja. Now we have so many marriages in Sahaja. 1% marriages fail, 1%. They have beautiful children, they are living very well, they have good houses. Those who were really hippies, had nothing, are having nice houses and everything they have. Also, some of them were, so I am now, fortunately, I am without job. I said, what? You are very fortunate, yes, now I am without job. Very happy about it. So I told the gentleman that if you are not going to stick to one job, you are not going to come to Sahaja. And that fellow today has a big car, a nice wife and children and a house. So all these ideas of stupid freedom must be given up. One has to come to a balance and value your life. You must value it. Human life is very valuable. With what great difficulty God has created you. And what are we doing with it? The whole society has to take a turn and think of living happily. If the husband and wife, such a relationship, husband and wife cannot live together, then how do we expect this world to have United Nations? Cannot. It's falsehood. In Sahaja Yoga we don't have divorces, we have sometimes we have, is allowed. But that is mostly when they are married beforehand, fallen in love, now they are rising in love, falling in love again rising. How many times they fall in love, God alone knows. So funny stuff going on. We have to face the reality. So just worrying about these things, what we should do is to first of all become wise and understand the problems. We can all solve it. It's very simple. It's very simple to solve the problem. First of all, we have to enter into the kingdom of God. And secondly, that it solves your problems. Just worrying about poor people, it's also a kind of a fashion these days. Because when I went to Switzerland, I met a lady. She said, I am very guilty. I said, why? Because of Afghanistan. I said, are you Afghani? No, but I am guilty about Afghanistan. Well, what have you got to do with Afghanistan? Nothing. So it's kind of an idea. What are we doing about it? What a Sahaja does. Sahaja finds out ways and methods of creating a convenient life, a life where you can earn, you can live. We do it. I have so many examples. Because it's a collective life also, you help each other. We didn't have rich people in Sahaja, many, because they seldom come to Sahaja. They go to false gurus because they can purchase the guru, they can't purchase me. So mostly the rich never come here. Bureaucrats also don't come, politicians don't come. So those people who come to me are the people who can easily solve the problem because they are so collective, they can solve the problem. You will be surprised. I went to Turkey. My husband was not so for it. Everybody said that's a Muslim country, this, that. I went to a Muslim country, that was Turkey, and a woman. I just said I must go. But I was surprised. They worshipped mother. They worshipped their mothers. And they were so beautiful, so many. In one shot we got 70 people, serious Sahajogis. But do you know, when I reached there, people from America, from Australia, from all over the world arrived there in Turkey to help me. I was so enamored to see my children arriving there on their own, those who could afford. And the Turkish people were so beautiful, I tell you. I found they're the same everywhere. There's only a skin deep difference, I tell you. Otherwise, we are just the same. So all these problems can be easily solved. There's nothing so serious about it.
Tell me what place prayer has in conjunction with meditation and with teaching.
What's it?
He's asking Shri Mataji, what place does prayer have in conjunction with meditation?
Prayer house, I don't know which one is.
No, prayer. Just praying.
Prayer?
Praying. Prayer.
P-R-A-Y-E-R. Prayer house.
No, what place does it have in Sahaja Yoga?
I mean the prayer itself. What is the place of prayer? Prayer is a very great thing, no doubt. But unless and until you are connected, it's like telephoning without connection. There are people in India who will go on saying Rama, 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 Rama like that. And the chakra of Rama itself will be caught. They will be saying Shiva, 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 and the heart chakra where Shiva resides, it will be caught. The reason is, supposing you want to meet the Queen. Now, if you go to Buckingham Palace and go on saying Elizabeth, 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 you'll be arrested. And you'll end up in a jail. So you must have some connection, there should be some protocol. Now, if it is for kings and prime ministers, what about God? He's not in your pocket. But once you are realized, even once you take the name is sufficient. What is there? He's at your disposal all the time there. But you have to have connection. Now you are the citizen, say, of England or some place. All right, so your government is looking after you. Whether you are satisfied or not is not the point. But they are looking after you. But if you enter into the kingdom of God, then see the efficiency of this kingdom. You'll be amazed if I tell you how things work out. So amazing it is, so amazing. All right. Yes. What she say?
So what was your question? I mean, what she asks is the balance of the energy centers instant or is it ongoing?
No. You see, first of all, they say Kundalini has to rise. Then it sometimes comes back to the centers which are needing more help. So it is like a rope, you can say, which has many strings in it. And the very thin ones, just like a hair. And one by one they open out. So first, very few of them pierce through, open out the sahasrara, by which you relax and the chakras open out more. It goes on like that. But once you are connected properly, then there's no problem. But it is instantaneous, no doubt about it. But for that, you have to come to our centers, don't have to pay anything. Just spend some time and you have to master it, that's all. There is a question, what purpose do we have on this planet? The purpose of our existence is to prove that God's creation is the most successful thing. That's the purpose. Yeah. What did he ask?
I'm sorry, Shri, he's asking what is God to you?
Huh?
What is God?
About me, I will not talk. I'm sorry. You better get your realization and try to find out about me. Because those who have talked, see, human beings are mad people. You don't know? Christ said, I am the Son of God, which he was, no doubt. And he said that I am the door, which he was, no doubt. But they crucified him. They gave poison to Muhammad Sahib. They killed so many saints. I know human beings very well. So please, I am not going to talk to you about myself at all. You better get your self-realization, try to know me. Because I have to do some jobs, all right? And for that I want to live. People are really sometimes so funny, even otherwise. They behave in such a funny manner that I can't understand. As if I'm going to take away their property or something. I'm here to give you something that is very important. Sort of, you can say, I'm here to complete the work of Christ, Muhammad and all of them. Yes, please.
He's asking Shri Mataji, when Christ said, "As you give, so you shall receive," what relationship does that have to the Kundalini?
Of course, when you will give to others, you will receive the blessings. That's what it is, absolutely 100%. He said so many things. I mean, just explaining Sahaja throughout, I think. Yeah. He was a sick man.
I think he's asking, will Christ return, or is he going to work through human beings?
That should not be the question just now, all right? Because to say anything about it, you know what happens with people. So this can be discussed later on, when we get our self-realization. Certain things at a level can be discussed. And this is what happened with all of them, because they had very little time to talk to you. And that's why everything has been misinterpreted, misused. Because to understand the truth, to bear it also, one has to have self-realization. This is I have found out. If you are not a self-realized person, you can't bear the truth. You cannot. It's too much for human mind to grasp and to allow it to be a part and parcel of their understanding. Truth is too much for them. So the first thing should be that we get our self-realization. Yes, my child? Yes? Can you get up, please? Thank you. Yeah.
He's asking Shri Mataji, do the colours of the chakras change according to the mood and according to the personality?
No. But the auras you see sometimes are these colors only. But sometimes you are more strong with one center, so that color shows. They do not change. They are just the same.